So Gene and I have been waiting to get here because we're very excited to find out whether or not, is there going to be a summit? Yes or no?
You know, we're totally
June
up
12th.
in the air at this point, right? And that's just a few weeks away, and we still have no idea whether or not they have anything to talk about at
Are
this
you
point.
surprised though that it got to this point, considering the players involved?
Oh, no.
Exactly.
No. Like this, there was always clear from the beginning that there was a disagreement over what the talks would be about.
Yeah.
So Trump wanted it to be about North Korea giving up its nuclear weapons, and then we'll talk about giving you some stuff.
Yeah.
North Korea never wanted that. They were never going to give up their weapons. It seems very clear to me that what they wanted was recognition from the United States
Right.
that they were a nuclear power. And they were willing to maybe, you know, give some minor concessions, maybe even some significant ones like limits on its ballistic missile program in exchange for basically saying, okay, you can keep your nukes.
Yeah.
Trump was never going to agree to that. This was all sort of papered over by the South Korean president, who really wanted there to be negotiations because he really did not want a war between the two sides. And so he was doing whatever he can to flatter and cajole and encourage these two people to sit down. But now, and Moon tried really hard to not get in this situation, but now he's stuck in it. He's meeting Trump tomorrow, and he has to explain why it looks like everything is falling apart.
But Donald Trump really, really does want a summit, doesn't he?
He wants to show that he is the deal maker, that he's the guy who could solve the North Korea crisis when nobody, and especially not Barack Obama.
Right.
could solve it.
And therefore possibly eligible for a Nobel Peace Prize.
He did. You know,
Yeah.
I saw a thread from a South Korean professor today. Well, he's a British professor in South Korea. And he said everyone in South Korea knows that that was designed to flatter Trump, and they all think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The notion that he could be up for a Nobel. And then so their president floated it first. And they were all like, okay, come on, this is a negotiating gambit.
Sure.
And then we started taking it seriously
Yeah.
in the Western press.
And we've seen reports in the Western press about how important flattery has been with this administration in terms of getting any type of progress.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, I hope this summit happens because it is going to be the photo op of our lifetime. These two egomaniacs playing to the cameras, right? They're going to be, Donald Trump would be pushing Kim Jong-un aside, so he has a better shot. Kim Jong-un would be pushing him. But both the two men with the worst hair on the entire planet. I have to say, I mean, no, getting the two of them together will be worth the price of admission.
I think it has revealed, and I mean, you could speak to this with more insight, just how little this Trump White House seems to know about this issue in terms of global affairs and the history of North Korea and South Korea, and what it is that they really want, what they're willing to do, what they're not willing to do, and the impact that could have on other players.
Yeah, the president didn't come in with any fixed understanding of policy on the Korean Peninsula or any understanding at all of the Korean Peninsula.
And therefore no worldview about it.
Right. And no sense of the objectives he wanted to accomplish, as you just described, and no sense of what the tools that would be necessary to accomplish those set of objectives if he were to come up with them. Or he doesn't really know why North Korea policy was the way that it was in the past, which was nobody liked the outcomes that we were getting, but it seemed like the least bad kind of thing.